Hello Internet, Magic Man here again with another first look video from MMOBomb.com. Today we're taking a look at Silkroad-R, which is in the open beta stages from JoyMax, a free-to-play MMO that you can find more information on our site at MMOBomb.com and on JoyMax's site as well. So we're going to spend about 15 minutes in the game, take a look, get a feel for it, give you some information. As always, at the end of the video, make sure you rate, subscribe, and comment below. We'd love hearing your comments. We're going to create a new character here. Now, those familiar with the original Silk Road, which came out in 2005, are going to be very familiar with this game. It still takes the Chinese-European factions on each side, same as the original. The difference between the original Silk Road Online and Silkroad-R, which is the one we're playing now, there's quite a few differences, but none of them have to do with the core story. And that is the Silk Road that connected Eurasia and China into Europe and was a trading route. So we're going to create a character here and get started here. We'll make a female. Not too much in the way of character customization. A few preset figures, preset heights. You don't get to play with hair or things like that. And then you have their volume here, how big and wide they are. So great. Weapon. Let's, what do we want to do? Sure, we'll have the Warlock rod for the recommended class Warlock. Now, even though there are different classes in the game, there's really 3 factions that are going on here. And I didn't play the original Silk Road, so I apologize to Silk Road fans. This first look is not going to get nearly as in-depth as the game probably deserves. I apologize for that right off the bat. There's a lot going on here, and in a first look, we don't necessarily get to see it all. So, with your 3 factions, you've got hunters, traders, and thieves. And think of it as a rock, paper, scissors type of rotation. One faction wars against the other, and it loops back into a huge circle. So upon logging in here, you'll see fairly standard interface. Now, Silk Road Online and Silkroad-R are both 2 distinct games. So yes, you can play both of them simultaneously. You don't need to be having one account to play the newest game, and you can't access the older one. They're different in a few respects. Silk Road players will recognize that the Silkroad-R user interface is a little more intuitive, a little easier to use. Some of the bigger changes, though, have been in the class balancing and in the gold and what rewards you get for certain levels. Apparently, from what I've read on the forums, and you guys that have played the original Silk Road can let us know, this game had a huge problem, and maybe still does, with botting and level botting and gold farming botting. So with Silkroad-R, JoyMax has decided that you don't get certain perks until you're at certain levels, so that they can try and weed out some of that botting, which, hey, to me, that's a good thing. In any MMO, Silk Road players, you'll have to let us know here. So, fairly standard fare so far. Get a quest, talk to this person, Europe tutorial. Please use the guide teleport to go visit Guide Rice. Okay, so where's the guide teleport? So we'll go and find the guide teleport. Maybe this person does it. And we'll teleport over just to get a quest done. Okay, so that's the wrong guide. Let's go to the next area and see if that's where we were. Awesome, we're off to a great start so far. Aha, and there's our quest mark right there. So we can turn this quest in. So nice way off the bat to show you can teleport all over the cities. Pick up another quest, not a problem. We're going to go take a look around so that you guys can get a feel for the game, though. Right off the bat, you will notice the graphics are a little dated. They're not awful, but yeah, they're 2005. So it doesn't look like the JoyMax has done a ton in the way of enhancing the graphics. Movement, you'll see, is point and click. Or you can use the up, down, left, right arrows, and they drive like Jill Valentine tanks from Resident Evil. You can't use WASD. They are different menus, so no dice there, but you can use the arrows. So all in all, not too bad. I'm not a huge fan of point and click, but at least there's an alternative. Everything else, pretty standard fare. We've got our abilities down here. our bags, our menus, our character screen. You'll notice it is pretty text heavy. Again, 2005 is what it's looking like here. Trying to get outside of the town so we can do a little combat for you guys. But it's stat-based just like everything else. Magic attack, magic defense, all the way up the chain. What else do we have down here? Our inventory, so we can start off with a pretty good amount of bag space. Now, just like most free-to-play MMOs, there is the cash shop item where you can get perks like you see. They start you off with a few. A 60% experience helper, a 100% experience helper, and a return scroll to a few of those to teleport back to wherever we want to go. Guardian matching. Not sure what this is. Unless this is like okay, this is their PvP type stuff. Again, you've got 3 factions in the PvP segment, so a little more option than most MMOs with the standard 2 faction fare. Do have pets, and it is nice to see that there's a lot of people here. Again, the game is still only an open beta, so it's nice to see that there are quite a bit of people participating in the open beta. This is a good supplier. Trying to get outside of the village for you. So we'll follow Shadow Mage here, who looks to be leaving. And see if we can't get out for some combat. What other tutorials? Items, storage. So a little bank portion for you. Mini-map, I mean, it's all pretty standard stuff. If you enjoy this type of game, very UI friendly, good. I will tell you though that again, the Silk Road fans, you guys can vouch for this. The game gets so in depth with its trading and selling and PvP and just trying to prosper on the actual Silk Road that I can't do it justice here. We're just not going to get to it in 15 minutes. There are people that have played this game for years and still don't have it 100% mastered or at level cap. So, again, not much of a visual difference from the original Silk Road, but Silkroad-R does look to be trying to take some of the botting out, made some advances, and overall the site reports that they're trying to make it a lot more user-friendly than the original Silk Road is, and more beginner-player-friendly, too. So that you've got an easier time questing, there's not as much grinding, an easier time just experimenting with the game and finding out how to control it. Alright, so it looks like we're getting outside of town here, and we'll get a few combats in here so you guys can take a look. Let's take a look at the water. Alright, so yeah, 2005 graphics. And gate has been closed, so awesome, we won't be going through whatever gate that is. So now we've got some things out here we can fight. A Movia, so let's take a look here. We've taken the Warlock wand, so we'll... You son of a... Kill stealer? Oh, well, I got caught. Okay, whew. I was about to rage face on this keyboard. I hate that. I hate, another thing I hate, you guys, you probably all hate this. You're going for a quest item that's laying up by this tree, there's 5 mobs by it, you're killing all of them. Some hunter runs in and picks it up. Oh, I hate that. Nothing you can do about it, though. Although when we do it to other people, it's not as bad. It's only when it's done to us that it's bad. Gotta admit, though, for being 2005, the graphics could be a heck of a lot worse. We're seeing free-to-play MMOs come out on the market now that have a much worse visual appearance than this one does. At least the mob models seem to be kind of unique here. Very Final Fantasy looking to me. And we leveled, alright. So leveling, at least the beginning levels, obviously is not going to be a problem here. And we're not even picking up the quests, we're just walking out here so that you guys can see some combat and some of the environment. Now these souls that are running to me are different experience points and talent points that you end up using as you level to put them into different skills for your character. And you should see that in a second here. I should be able to pick... not yet. Not yet. So we're a caster. We would go to take wizard. And we could level something up. Skill points needed, 0. Yeah, sure. We don't have any. We have 2 skill points, so we can not do anything yet? No, not do anything. Okay, real big creature here. Let's take him out. champion. So all in all, I'm kind of impressed with the user interface. It doesn't look a ton different than the original Silk Road, but they say it's a much more improved one, so original Silk Road players, let us know. What's the user interface look like compared to the old ones? I don't see that I'm regenerating hit points here, and if I am, oh, okay, I'm regenerating them one at a time. So that'll be a while. Let's go grab a level 3 creature, take a look at a different type of mob here. Looks like a little goblin type guy. Alright, and good night. Some loot, some type of token. Pick that up. And move on over. So, again, you guys can see it's pretty fairly standard stuff. I can't get into the... that's our quest information. I can't get into the heavy trading and things like that Silk Road Online is known for, and Silkroad-R is going to continue with, just because it's going to take me a while to get there. So maybe we'll hit this one with a future second look video at some point at a higher level if you guys want to see some more of Silkroad-R as it moves from open beta to actual release, which right now is slated for early to mid 2012. Again, gotta say it's a fairly polished game. However, it looks like they were just taking their existing game and improving on it. Not sure why the difference in games instead of just a patch to upgrade Silk Road Online, but I guess if you can make money from 2 cash shops instead of 1, then that's the way to go. That's business, I guess. Hey, if it works for them, more power. These guys also brought you Digimon Masters, which I know a lot of people play, and Karma Online. So they do have quite a few titles out there running, and like I said, they'll be running Silkroad-R and Silkroad Online simultaneously. So lots of good stuff coming from them, especially if you're into this in-depth type stuff. At least from everything I've read, and if I'm wrong, I know you guys, the internet, you'll let me know. I'll hear all about it. But to me, from what I was reading, this seemed very Settlers of Catan, if you're familiar with that board game, where the trading and selling and buying, and it plays a big part in your overall advancement. And, of course, the combat between the 3 factions does that as well. So that's the kind of vibe that I got from it. So, if you want some more information on Silkroad-R, which is in the open beta, check out mmobomb.com. We've got all the information there on how to get into the open beta and access. As always, make sure you rate, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment below. I love answering your guys' comments and questions, and especially when you guys put recommendations down there for future videos. Those don't go unseen, guys. Those are what we use to pick what we want to show you next. So, anything you want to see, put down there. Any questions you have, hit me up. I'll be watching the YouTube channel as always. So, from mmobomb.com, this is Magic Man, and as always, guys, I will see you out on the servers.